تفضل أخينا ماجد.
أنا معك.
بس السيدات كمان تعالوا، مجموعة من السيدات تعالوا معنا. Everybody تعالوا.
Come with me. Shake, come. Come here. We're tall guys. We have to benefit from being tall, you know.
Hello, everyone.
As
you see, this is a very huge, impressive demonstration of a large delegation from the Arab group, a large delegation from the OIC, a large delegation from NAM, and a large delegation from the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian People. We started the day with an emergency ambassadorial meeting of the Arab group. The Arab group is totally united behind Jerusalem and Al-Aqsa Mosque and Al-Haram al-Sharif. Then we had at 1 o'clock an OIC meeting of the Islamic group and the Council of Islamic group ambassadors, totally united in the defense of Jerusalem and Al-Aqsa Mosque and Al-Haram al-Sharif. The same thing with NAM, in which paragraphs were recited from the summit in Baku, and the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights and its leadership, who are totally committed for justice to the Palestinian people, were present in these meetings, and they made their voice loud and clear. We just concluded a meeting with the President of the Security Council, and then when he saw about 50 delegations in the room, he was impacted, and he said, "I feel your outrage and your anger, and I am super impressed by this massive support at the level of the international community." Tomorrow, the request that was put on the table in a combined way by the State of Palestine and the delegation of Jordan, our brothers, to have an emergency meeting of the Security Council, advanced by United Arab Emirates, the Arab representative in the Security Council, supported by China, France, and Malta so far, was received in a positive way by the President of the Security Council. And as you know by now, there will be an emergency Security Council meeting tomorrow at 3 o'clock in the chamber of the Security Council. The State of Palestine and the Palestinian people are so grateful for this massive support that you see before you, demonstrated by our brothers and sisters in the Arab countries, in the OIC countries, in NAM countries, in the countries and members of the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian People, and almost all countries in all corners of the globe are saying that the international community is the party to decide the fate of the two-state solution. It is the international community that decides the fate of defending and protecting the historic status quo in Jerusalem, in the defense of the Islamic and the Christian sites in Jerusalem. The attack is not only against our holy sites in Al-Aqsa Mosque and in the Haram al-Sharif. There are, because of this environment of extremism that this Israeli extreme government, the extremist in the history of Israel, is providing, is leading to additional aggression against our Christian sites, Christian graveyards. You've seen by now that there are crosses over, graveyards being trampled upon and attacked by extreme settlers. This is a toxic environment. The international community has to speak with one voice in rejecting this extremism, in rejecting those terrorists and those elements of fascist in the Israeli government. And we will not be satisfied with beautiful statements which will be uttered tomorrow in the Security Council. We want them to be implemented in a concrete way. We want this behavior not to be repeated on Al-Aqsa Mosque and on Haram al-Sharif, and we want a guarantee of honoring and respecting the historic status quo in deeds, not only in words. This is the message that you see. As they say, a picture speaks much louder than 1,000 words. Let me just say a few things in Arabic, and I will give my brother Mahmoud and other leaders of groups to say what they want to say. نحن نشكر هذه الرسالة القوية من المجتمع الدولي، من أشقائنا في المجموعة العربية وإخوتنا في المجموعة الإسلامية ومن أصدقائنا في منظمة التعاون الإسلامي، منظمة في حركة عدم الانحياز، وكذلك لجنة فلسطين، اللجنة المعنية بممارسة الشعب الفلسطيني لحقوقه الغير قابلة للتصرف. الجميع يقفون وقفة رجل واحد في التصدي لهذا التطرف الذي تجلبه الحكومة الإسرائيلية والعناصر الفاشية من وزراء كبن غفير الذي دنس المسجد الأقصى. هذه الوقفة التي تجلت بسلسلة اجتماعات عربا ومسلمين ومع رئيس مجلس الأمن قبل قليل، الذي عبر عن شعوره بأن هذه الرسالة القوية من هذا الجمع الغفير تركت آثارها في نفسه، وعبر عن انصياعه أو موافقته على الطلب الفلسطيني الأردني بعقد اجتماعا طارئا لمجلس الأمن غدا يوم الخميس الساعة 3. نحن ممتنون للجميع ولكل الذين عبروا عن هذه المواقف، ولكن ما نريد ليس فقط خطابات جميلة غدا تلتف حول وتؤيد الوضع القانوني والتاريخي في الأماكن المقدسة الإسلامية والمسيحية في القدس، ولكننا نريد الترجمة العملية لكل هذه المواقف. ونشكر الإعلام، نشكركم جميعا على التواجد معنا لتغطية هذا التضامن وهذا الالتفاف الهائل في الأمم المتحدة مع الشعب الفلسطيني، مع القدس، مع الحرم الشريف، مع المسجد الأقصى. وغدا سنكمل المشوار في مجلس الأمن ونتحدث معكم كذلك بعد جلسة مجلس الأمن، لأننا لا نريد لهذه الحكومة المتطرفة أن تفرض إرادتها على المجتمع الدولي. يجب أن تنصاع لإرادة المجتمع الدولي وتحترم الوضع القانوني والتاريخي. نشكركم مرة أخرى، وأخي محمود سعادة سفير المملكة الأردنية الهاشمية فليتفضل.
أشكرك أخي رياض. I thank you for coming during this season where there is not too much work at the United Nations. Jordan is extremely concerned of the incursion that took place by Minister Ben Gvir, the minister in the Israeli government. This is an action of extremism that purports to create a new cycle of violence. The Security Council has to take its responsibility seriously and stop such attempts. Jordan is assuming its responsibility. His Majesty King Abdullah is the custodian of the Islamic and Christian holy shrines, and Israel has been committed itself to respect the historic and legal status quo and to respect the rule of international law and its obligations under international law. But unfortunately, what's happening is a minister of the Israeli government is doing another incursion into the Aqsa Mosque and violating Israel's legal obligations. And there has to be a firm stand by the international community against this, because it will happen again. And once it will happen again, a new cycle of violence will ensue. As I mentioned to colleagues, in 2000, another Israeli minister did an incursion, and the Security Council adopted Resolution 1322 at that time condemning this incursion. That incursion was by Minister Sharon and what led then to the second intifada. Thank you.
My brother, the chairman of the Organization of Islamic Conference, Ambassador Khan from Pakistan.
Thank you. I just want to express the OIC group's condemnation of what has happened on 3rd of January. And I just want to share with you that the group was convened today at the request of Dr. Riyad Mansour and all the permanent representatives who are present along with me in their national capacities. They attended the meeting. They condemned this act, and there was a strong demand from all the OIC countries that such acts have to be stopped. And they have to be stopped forthwith, and we have to deal with such situations with the strength and the force of the international law, which clearly outlines such illegal acts. We also met afterwards with the President of the Security Council, and we've been informed that tomorrow at 3 p.m., as Dr. Riyad Mansour has already informed, the Security Council is going to have an emergency briefing on this issue. So we have conveyed our request to the President of the Security Council that we as individual country members, as well as on behalf of OIC, want to make a statement, we want to participate, and we want to express the deep anguish which is prevailing all across the Muslim world. And in doing so, we expect the Security Council to raise to the occasion and take its responsibility and call spade a spade. For too long, the Palestinian people and the question of Palestine has suffered at the Security Council, and tomorrow it's going to be the test of the resolve of the Security Council. We have often talked about the application of UN Charter principles, so this is a test, how we apply those principles. Do we apply them fairly? Do we apply them with the same yardstick that we apply in other situations? So tomorrow we will see how the Security Council is going to react to that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, my dear brother Sheikh Niang, the chairman of the Committee on the Exercise of the Inalienable Rights of the Palestinian people.
I thank you, Mr. Minister, and I would like to say how pleased I am to be at this joint press conference, and that I also concur with what all you have said about this very grave violation we have witnessed and seen with the desecration of Al-Aqsa Mosque. I'm going to post you in French and say here that je suis très ravi de la mobilisation qui est en cours depuis ce matin, tel que démontré par le groupe arabe, l'OCI, par des organisations comme le NAM, des organisations comme par exemple le comité que je dirige. Je pense que, comme on l'a dit tout à l'heure, l'heure est extrêmement grave. Il est important que la communauté internationale se saisisse de cette question, que cette question ne soit pas banalisée, et que ce qui a été fait à la mosquée d'Al-Aqsa ne soit pas minimisé. Ça pourrait être le début d'une série qui risque de mettre davantage le feu aux poudres. La situation en Palestine a été désastreuse depuis de très longues années. On ne peut pas nous permettre cette violation de plus qui risque donc de créer, comme je l'ai dit, une série qui va envenimer la situation sur place. Je pense que le moment est venu pour le Conseil de sécurité de prendre ses responsabilités. Le Conseil de sécurité, comme étant le garant moral de l'ordre mondial, doit prendre ses responsabilités. On ne peut pas impunément violer la loi internationale. On ne peut pas impunément faire un affront à toute une communauté de foi, faire affront à un peuple, faire affront à la vérité et rester inactif. Donc nous nous attendons demain à ce que les positions vraies soient affirmées, à ce que cette question qui a été posée par cette violation grave, que cette question soit adressée de la manière la meilleure possible. Je vous remercie.
Nashkurukum. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. And we will see you tomorrow evening. No questions at this time. We have a large army. So we will see you tomorrow. Good night.